Hi all, how you doing? Hope you're doing great wherever you are in the world. Okay, so I Reed Davis and this woman called Catherine, who's part of the Blockdag Investors Group, did a kind of AMA, and the idea was that they were going to talk to Nick Vandenberg and Lisa or Liza from Blockdag, but it was basically a no-show. They never turned up for whatever reason, which seems extremely strange to me, but um, wasn't wasn't in shock by it, let's put it like that. But I guess they organized something and then maybe the voice from up above said, you're not going on there because we don't want you screwing up. Okay, so that's in my imagination of what happened behind the scenes. Obviously, I'm completely speculating. I mean, maybe it was something to do with going to Singapore and sorting all that out, that they didn't have time to do an AMA. Um, I mean, worst comes. I mean, they could have just done like turned up and been on for 10 minutes, but maybe that'd been kind of pointless. But they didn't do that either. It was a complete no-show. Um, so I don't quite understand that. I mean, because when I went on last week, or yeah, last week I think it was, we had emails back and forth between me and Reed to sort out the times and that kind of thing, and just a basic idea of what we were kind of how the discussion was going to go, more than what the content was. Okay. So, we discussed that we weren't, nobody's going to go after it, anybody kind of thing, and it was just going to be all friendly. And that's how it turned out. It was a great AMA, I thought, if you can call it an AMA. But yeah, it was a great session that we had. But it seems like the voice from up above didn't want to let Nick and Lisa on the show with them to ask any difficult questions because I guess they didn't want to come out with any more lies, I guess, or something, or maybe spill the beans on something. Who knows? I can only speculate of why they weren't on. But it was a poor show because it was a no show. And you could see the frustration between Reed and Catherine about the team, the kind of thing that they keep getting let down by the team. Okay, and they're quite often doing this. They wanted to strangle them. Um, I mean, they're just fed up with the marketing. Okay, how they constantly do these. Um, yeah, if they go on the website now, for instance, the timers. Okay, that was one thing that did come across. They are sick and tired of the timers, and they wish they could say, "Listen, no more timers, guys. Get rid of the timers because it's not doing your project any favors." And obviously, there was another timer a couple of days ago that finished. I must admit, I didn't really pay too much attention, but I've just kind of gone on Twitter and this person's put, sorry, but you earned this one. Get control of your marketing team. So Ultimate Global Sponsorship, we promised we delivered, and they put up a kind of Temu thing. So, so yeah, there was no kind of global kind of sponsorship reveal. Okay, again, it was just a timer down to nothing, and nothing happened. And also in the Twitter, they've mentioned how the price has gone down again so it's gone down from 0.0016, I think it was, to now 0.0013. So it's gone lower. The thing is it should have been going up all the time, but it doesn't do that. Okay. It goes down in order to try to create people buying it because they think it's going to start going up again. Um, get it at this new low price. And both of these said that they haven't actually bought any Blockdag for a while. They both said they've got like three or four wallets. So obviously they bought in different at different times. I think Reed said he bought $100 for somebody else as well. But they've clearly bought in different spots throughout the sort of 1.5, 2 years this has been going on. 1.5 years, I think it is. Sorry, not 2 years. 1.5 years that Blockdag has been in pre-sale. So they've bought at different points, but neither of them are buying anymore. So that's kind of very telling that they just don't trust the project. I think Reed will say that he always trusts this and believes in it. I think that's one thing that he did say. He said he would always go back to these kind of things and buy into these things, which that doesn't fill me with kind of it didn't doesn't kind of it doesn't fill me with trust in his judgment there because like surely if you get done once, why would you go back and buy again? It just feels like you're a fool for sort of punishment. So and Reed's not a stupid guy, you know, he's an intelligent person, clearly. And this Catherine came across as a very intelligent person as well. You know, she works in a library and stuff, so she's not stupid. But clearly they're not buying at this moment in time because they're sick of the kind of the marketing speak all the time. They're fed up with it, and they just want the miners to land, the proper miners to come out, and the proper main net to launch before maybe they start investing any more extra funds. Um, and I think a lot of people are also saying that, you know, in the Twitter that this is like still a very dodgy project. Um, and it's a lot of people are noticing that it's kind of slowing down the amount of the amount of money they're taking in. So to get to $600 million is going to be a real struggle. Um, and people still don't understand why they need to get to 600 million. And I don't understand why they need to get to 600 million. I mean, maybe it's just a target that is unattainable and they don't want to get there. Okay. Maybe that's the thing. They don't actually want to get there. So, yeah, from their perspective, this was a huge letdown. Nick and Lisa didn't turn up. And so they did pretty well to talk for an hour and a half. But I would say overall, it came over as kind of they were frustrated with the marketing team. That was the main vibe I got from that. Um, so yeah, and Blockdag is you know just doing the same old thing. They're just disappointing all the time. No global sponsorship, um, more timers, but we'll see what happens, eh? We'll see what happens. 4 days to go to Singapore. Let's see what happens. See if any of a lot of the people were sort of saying that they don't believe that the team are going to turn up. I think Reed says that Lisa's actually still in South Africa. I should imagine it's going to take about 10 hours to get to Singapore from South Africa. Could be wrong. I don't know, but it's going to take a long time. No, I have no idea. I have no idea, but it's going to take a big chunk of time to get to Singapore from South Africa, I should imagine. Um, Yeah. Okay, so there it is. I'm just going to wrap it up because I'm waffling now. Let me know in the comments what you think. And I wonder if they will I mean, will they promise another AMA in the future? It'd be interesting to see if they organize another one. Um, who knows? Let's see. Watch this space, as they say.